Canada, and you're watching Girly Pop Go, and this is a very delayed video from the United States Grand Prix 2024. This is all from still the same night of our podium tour, and this is the experience we had where we got to listen to the safety car driver talk, as well as someone from Pirelli talk, share this whole experience with you. There's probably one or two more other videos coming from this night as well. I've just been playing catch up from the end of the year and my other job of the other YouTube channel. Obviously, there ended up being a safety car this race, so this was very cool because we got to hear them talk about how there hadn't been a safety car in 10 races, and then sure enough, there was a safety car at the USGP. Enjoy.
Be happening around here, so you're more than welcome to come further down for me. The experience so far? Fantastic. And we joined with a special guest for. We can all be a massive round of applause for you. And Mario Isola from Pirelli, race manager for Pirelli. A little interview with him, asking a few questions. Big round of applause, everyone. Big cheer. Mario, firstly, thank you for your time. Appreciate you staying late this evening.
We
always stay late. Always stay late. But Mario, your role.
Yeah.
What is your role with Pirelli? What do you do?
I'm a motorsport director for Pirelli, so I'm looking after all the championships. We have more than 230 championships around the world. Obviously, Formula One is the most important, so that's why I'm here.
So yeah, not just Formula One, is it? It's the GT racing, the other programs that you run alongside that. But yourself, you used to be a test driver for Pirelli as well previously. How did it come about that you've now become race manager for Pirelli? Did you ever expect that, and was that the goal, or how did that sort of career progression happen?
I was passionate about motorsport since when I was 12, so I started to race with go-kart for like 10 years, and then I realized I couldn't be a Formula One driver, so I tried to find a different career in motorsport. I joined Pirelli as a test driver, as you said, and then when I had the opportunity, I moved to motorsport, and now I'm here. So it was not planned. I was on one side lucky, on the other side, I hope I deserve this this role, but at the end of the day, that's my passion, and I'm so lucky that I can work in an environment that I like.
Yeah, it's always fantastic. It helps. But here in Austin, are there any specific challenges for the Pirelli tyre compound here in Austin, or throughout the season? Do you have any circuits in particular that present any challenges for you and your team?
Here in Austin this year we have a new tarmac for most of the track, and obviously we were curious to see how they work. Today was good to get some data. The level of grip is quite good. Tires are working well. Drivers are not complaining for the moment, so we're happy. Yeah, no particular surprises other than performance that is better than expected. They usually give us some simulations, and we had a pole position lap time that was estimated 1:33.6. They were more than 1 second quicker, so I would say that the cars are running quite quick. The championship is fantastic this year. We have a lot of drivers and car fighting in less than 1/10 of a second. So as a motorsport fan, not only a person that is lucky to work here, what can we expect more than that?
Yeah, I think all as motorsport fans here and F1 fans, we can certainly say that this year's championship is one to remember at the moment. But for yourself, you travel to a lot of Grand Prix. What's your favourite one? What's one that you particularly enjoy?
I like quite a lot Melbourne and Montreal. I like Austin, I like Miami as well. I like also the European events, but probably because I'm in Europe and I prefer to see other situations, other tracks a bit far from Europe. Obviously Monza, but I live in Milan, so I sleep at home, at least when I'm in Monza.
Yeah, there's not many rounds you could do that in Formula One now, but with yourself, you said obviously you used to compete. Do you do any racing anymore? Any more for enjoyment? Do you ever get out in a car at all anymore?
I would like to race again, but unfortunately there is no time at all. With 24 races in a season, plus the other championships, plus obviously sometime I have to go to the office, it's really difficult to find the time. It's a pity. I still have my racing license with me, but it is in the wallet.
Keep renewing it each year, just in case. But Mario, thank you so much for your time. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Pleasure. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got another special guest I can see walking towards me. So please, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. Keep it going, keep it going. Doing a good job. absolute pleasure to have you here, Bernd. So, your role, safety car driver. You've got one of the other most wanted roles on the grid, have you, being safety car driver? You've been doing it for quite a few years now. How did you become safety car driver? How did that story happen?
Well, first of all, good evening to all of you. Well, yeah, what happens? I get a phone call in '99 from the old race director Charlie Whiting, and I've been racing there during the Grand Prix, not in the Grand Prix, but on a support race. I've been racing for Porsche at that time. And they asked me, well, Bernd, we're looking for a safety car driver for Formula 3000 calls. Right now it's the Formula 2. And they said, well, we're looking for a new safety car driver. Are you available? Are you want to join the FIA? And yeah, I said, yes, why not? I think that's a good opportunity to build up a second kind of business by side of a professional race driver. And I said yes, and a year later they asked me, well, Bernd, we're looking for a new Formula 1 safety car driver. Are you still available for that? Because you have to travel more. I said, okay, maybe I can put this in my agenda. And yeah, so I did DTM for Mercedes touring cars in 2000 until 2004. And also driving the safety car. And 25 years later, I'm still here. So that means I think I've done the right opportunity, or I took the right opportunity. I'm still sometimes racing historical cars. I'm getting too old, I'm getting a little bit grey, but still for driving the safety car, I'm still there. I love what I'm doing, and if you are in this time in Formula 1 with all the fans and with everything what is going on in the modern world, it's really great. And to see the different time levels from 2000 or even before when I was even a fan from Formula 1, it's great still to be here and enjoying life, even if you don't see me on the track in the moment, but maybe there's a chance tomorrow.
Yeah, we haven't seen you too much recently, but yeah, as you said, you had 10 races, but yeah, you had a very successful racing career yourself, obviously racing for Mercedes in DTM when it was the height of DTM. Realistically, it was super popular back then, but as a safety car driver, obviously you're between two cars as well, the Mercedes and the Aston Martin. Does that take much crossover? Is there a big difference between the two cars, or are they both pretty similar? Obviously, yeah, what's it like from your point of view as a driver?
Well, sometimes, Aston Martin joined the safety car group in 2021, and I have to say, I feel sometimes a little bit like James Bond, what is quite nice, and it's a fantastic brand. I didn't have any contact before to Aston Martin, just saw on some movies the cars, and they are really brilliant. I have to say, they're great to drive. The AMG GT Black Series, it's more or less a track car. It was a limited edition from Mercedes, so that's really a proper nice sports car on a racetrack. So the AMG is a little bit quicker, a little bit more sporty, but I have to say the Aston, the Vantage, the new one with 665 horsepower, it's a great car. For me, in my job, it doesn't change anything. The only thing what it changed, the James Bond feeling and the normal feeling driving AMG. I've been racing for AMG, so I'm a part of this family as well. And to join now also another family with Aston Martin with a big history behind, it's really great, and they're doing a great job. So for the next 3 races with Austin, Mexico and Brazil, we have the Aston Martin with us. And then for the last 3 races, we have we're going back to the Mercedes, to the AMG. It's a nice combination, so I know both of them, so we are quite familiar. And yeah, great cars. The electronic and technical things what we need for covering our job, it's the same. So exactly the same system. The brand is different, power-wise a little bit different, but in the end we are quick enough to cover our job. And as a safety car driver, you always want to go fast. Most of the time I'm not allowed, because the race director tells me, Bernd, slow down, we have this problem, we have this, we have to cover whatever happens on the track. So that's always when the driver's complaining, the safety car is too slow. And yeah, sometimes I say on the radio, no, really slow now. I said, yeah, but we have a lot of debris, for example, on the track, and that's the moment when the driver's complaining. But yeah, with 53 you can handle these things if the driver's complaining about that you're too slow. So in the end, they know why the safety car's on the track, because something happens and we are all looking for safety, and the drivers are always on a safe trip. That is very important in the Formula 1 world.
Maybe when you're in the Aston Martin, they should do like a tuxedo designed a race suit or something for like that James Bond film. But you obviously been in Formula 1 since '99 as the safety car driver. It's not just Formula 1 cars that have developed, the safety cars have developed massively, haven't they, to what you have now, which are, you said, almost track spec cars. They bring a team of people to run the cars for you. How much has that changed over the years from what the cars were back in the early 2000s?
Well, when I started, I had a CL55, we called from AMG. It was let's say a coupe, big limousine coupe with 350 horsepower. It was already a quick car at that time, but very comfortable with leather seats, aircon inside. So everything was inside. It was, in one way, was really comfortable. And you thought at that time, oh, that's a quick car. And right now, really, you are, in cars with 600-700 horsepower. The Black Series, that's 730 horsepower. So even more horsepower than my World Championship car in 97 in the FIA GT1 Championship. But still, it's a race car, and the other one is a road car. The weight is completely different, so much higher on those cars. Even it's higher, the weight of the modern sports car than the CL55 in 2000. But yes, the drivability, the speed, the acceleration, the grip, the downforce is now something completely different, but still comfortable compared to a proper sports car, race sports car. And that it changed a lot. So the biggest step was for me from 2010 to 2011, where we implement the Galvin car, the SLS, with the Galvin cars. I have a really nice picture from 2012 here on the starting grid, and this was the first proper sports car, I would say, from Mercedes AMG. And right now we are, racing. I have nearly a race car as a safety car, so that's development was very massive, I have to say, but in a nice way. As a race driver, you always want to go quick, you always want to feel, you want to get a feedback from the car, and that's what we now we have in these kind of cars. Even if you're driving with Mario's not here anymore, even if you're driving with wonderful Pirelli tires, they're working quite well. So we have to stay on the safe side. That's why we're not using proper race tires like slick tires. We're driving on road tires. That's the only issue what I said, it could be a proper race tire, but safety first.
You'd have to do a pit stop as well, wouldn't you, if it rained, if you're on slick tyres? You need your own pit crew.
Well, about the pit stop, if we have a pit stop, we're changing cars. So that's very comfortable. That's why we have always two cars with us. Let's say if we have a puncture or if we have an issue, whatever, on the car, we swap the cars. That's why we always have two cars with us. And usually in the European race, race weekends, we have also Formula 2, Formula 3, some other series, and we cover the series as well from the FIA. And the handling with two cars, it's much easier than only with one. You never know what happens, and then we can just swap the cars. Very comfortable.
Let's do some pit stop practice running between two cars ever, or do you just get out and jump in the other one?
While we're practicing this sometimes, because you have to be very quick. In 2007, I remember in Fuji doing the Grand Prix, we've been running out of fuel after 15 laps. So we have to swap cars. So the safety car, I drove into the pit lane, everything was prepared. The second car was already in front of the garage, running engine, everything was prepared. So we just jumped into the car and deployed again on that race. It was a very rainy Sunday in Fuji. So altogether, I think we did 34 laps. In the modern Formula 1 world, you never would do 34 laps. In a race, we would show the red flag and waiting until the weather conditions are better. But in the old time, that can happen sometimes. And for me, personally, it was really great to do 34 laps, but maybe not for the spectators.
Long afternoon for you on that one. But last question for you. What does your weekend look like? Obviously, as you mentioned it, you touched on it briefly. Some weekends you're doing F2, F3, F1, Porsche Super Cup, so it keeps you very busy. Other weekends, obviously not as many support categories, but what does your sort of day-to-day schedule look like?
Well, I sent an email to the race director on Monday and said, Niels, which race are we covering in Austin? And he said, he came back and said, Bernd, we are just doing Formula 1. The other one is up to the ESN. They're doing this by their own. So for me, I don't want to say it's boring because many things are going on, but we're only doing Formula 1 here. So my weekend looks like on Thursday we have a track test. So that's the test where we're checking the cars because they arrive by airplane. So we have to you make sure that everything is in place, that the cars are running, that our extra systems in the car are running. And so that's 1 hour track test, so we have a briefing afterwards. We look into all the data, see if everything is under control, everything runs well. And then every morning we have a little track test for just 2 to 3 laps, where we're checking the marshals, if they are really on positions, if they're showing the right flags on the right moment. So it's a kind of training for the marshals around the track, but it's also important because they have to stay on the beside the track the whole day. So very important people. Without them, Formula One will be not taking place in all the world. So a big thanks to those guys. And then we have a lot of briefings on the practice sessions. I'm not a part of the practice sessions because if something happens, we're showing a red flag. And tomorrow morning it's my first proper, let's say, audience at the grid for the sprint race. And then we have some debriefings afterwards and a part of the drivers' meetings, what we have during the weekend, and then on Sunday the big race. And if we have F2, F3, it's really from Saturday morning to Sunday afternoon. You have a time schedule where you have to be on time on the grid. So I can't say I'm coming 5 minutes later, because 5 minutes later the pit lane is open and I can't go to the grid anymore. So you have to be really on time, and that's sometimes very tricky.
Thank you very much for your time this evening. Absolute pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, massive round of applause for Bernd Maylander, everybody. And hopefully, well, not hopefully we'll see you on track, but hopefully you get to do a few laps this weekend. We'll see. Thank you very much.
That is crazy. Oh, sorry, I tried you. Yeah, no.
I heard that's encouraged.
I highly doubt that's encouraged.
They would love it.
They would not. Thank you for watching. Like I said, there will be more videos coming out soon. Thank you all so much for your patience for the end of the year and for me playing catch up with my other job over on Small Entertainment. And be sure to like and subscribe if you would like to see more Girly Pop Go, and I'll see you soon. Bye.